Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our first Stockland Orion event. Before we begin, just like to let you know that we are recording this for anybody who sadly can't be with us this evening. Tonight, we're going to cover off our Orion Braybrook townhome development. We'll pass across to Lachlan shortly, who will take us through a little bit on Stockland, Victoria, and then talk us further through the Orion development at Braybrook and some of our key milestones, particularly in the last 8 months. Then we'll hand over to Matthew Petrie, also from our Orion team, who will talk us through more about the specific product and the opportunities available. From there, we'll jump into Q&A. So stay tuned. Thank you all for joining us from the comfort of your home, and I'll pass across to Lachlan to begin.
Okay, thanks Brendan for the introduction and share your sentiments. Appreciate everyone dialing in tonight. In what we do acknowledge pretty challenging times in stage 4 lockdown, so we view an event like this as a great way to stay engaged with our Orion community, albeit in a virtual manner. And just before I do kick into the slides, I did want to share very quickly a recommendation that is another competing webinar that's on at this time. The Penguin Parade, live Penguin TV on YouTube. I highly recommend you subscribe to that and watch that at 6 PM any night of the week, just as a nice segue into this webinar. Now quickly, I'll provide you with a brief overview of the Stockland story and who we are and who the developers of Orion Braybrook is. So Stockland is a listed REIT who's been trading in the Melbourne market for over 65 years now. Why that's important is it's because we take great pride in creating communities and high quality townhomes across the metropolitan Melbourne market and Australia-wide for that matter. That means that when you buy a townhome with Stockland, you can take great trust that the product will be delivered in accordance with your expectations and to a really high quality. Next slide, please. Sorry, there's just a slight lag with the slide deck. So this slide just provides a brief overview of all the live projects we've got in a residential sense across metropolitan Melbourne. So we've got 4 main townhouse projects that are currently live and currently selling, and we've also got a whole host of residential land projects. So an interesting stat to give you some confidence in terms of our scale. We've got a 15% residential land market share across Melbourne. And as I said, we've been doing this for a long time, so this should give you some great confidence in terms of the quality and the product we're delivering. Next slide, please. Okay, so 2020, it's been a roller coaster ride for everyone, worldwide, but particularly the last few months have been particularly challenging in Melbourne. And so when we're preparing this slide deck, we thought it would be great to look back at what we've achieved as a team over the last 8 months. And it's quite staggering with all the headwinds that we've had in the marketplace. Risk of the economy opening up, in and out of lockdown, stringent government regulations to comply with on the ground, we're still able to achieve some really good numbers and achieve some really strong milestones over the past 8 months. So just some key snapshots there on your screen. Since January 2020, we've sold 68 townhomes to date. We've settled over 138 homes. We've now got over 300 people living in the Orion community, and it's now starting to feel like its own little pocket of gentrified Braybrook, and it's really coming to life. From a development point of view, we've completed stage 1 and stage 2 is hot on its heels, which means we'll have well and truly over 200 completed townhomes on the ground. When I was talking about the size and scale of Stockland, a reason for that would be some smaller scale developers might ride through a pandemic, they might sit out, commencing construction, whereas Stockland's committed to this project and we're rolling through it. So our confidence in the product that we're delivering is evident in the recent commencement of construction of 118 homes within stage 3. A lot of other developers wouldn't commence, whereas we've got a high rate of pre-sales. We've got strong conviction in the market and the product we're delivering, and so we want to strike while the iron's hot and keep on delivering those homes. And so that gives you confidence if you're buying a home off the plan in stage 3, that home's going to get built, and you've also got quite a tight window of expectation in terms of when that will be delivered. Next slide, please. Love a lag in the slide deck when you're live. Okay, so onto the master plan. For those of you who haven't been out to site before, we're a slightly over 10 hectare site in Braybrook, 12 k's west of Melbourne CBD. We've got some architecturally designed townhomes from DKO. As I said just before, stage 1 and stage 2 are nearly complete now and they're looking great. So it only takes a drive through those streetscapes to be able to visualise the product we're delivering and see the quality of the streetscapes and the community we're building. In terms of the master plan, we've tried, whilst it's a townhouse project, we've really tried to maximise the amount of greenery through the project. So you'll see through the centre of the project running in an east-west direction, our green spine, which the project has been based around. Along the southern boundary, we've got our swale, which is also a drainage reserve, but that will be landscaped shortly and present well. And to the south of the swale, we've got a bike path which connects straight from our site through to Tottenham Station to the east, Sunshine Station to the west, or all the way into the Melbourne CBD, which I said is 12 clicks away. So if you lived here, you wouldn't be allowed to go there now, but in the future, when stage 4 opens up, you'd be able to use the bike path to commute straight into the CBD. Finally, on the master plan, in the western pocket of the site, we also have our feature parkland, which is our western reserve. That's just over a hectare of proposed parkland, which Stockland will be building. It'll then become a council-owned asset. That'll have a variety of seating arrangements, playground equipment, a barbecue area, and will be a real feature within the community. Just also, whilst I'm on the master plan, and Matt will get to it when we touch on some of our selling features shortly. But as I said, stage 1 and stage 2 are complete. We have got display homes on site. So when we are out of stage 4, you're able to come and touch and feel and see and really visualise the quality of the product we're delivering. But then we've also got homes that are eligible for the Home Builder Grant in stage 3, which have recently commenced construction. Next slide, please. So I'll move through these slides quite quickly, but this is just to demonstrate the quality of the product we're delivering. So this is one of our streetscapes in stage 1, and on the right-hand side is an image of one of our recently furnished display homes called the Luna. Next slide, please. So this is an open plan living and dining area. Just behind, or where the camera is taken, is a kitchen. So this is the middle floor of a triple-storey townhome called the Luna, which we had priced from just north of 700,000, and this is the ground floor bedroom with a separate ensuite. And next slide. And so with stage 1 and stage 2 nearly complete, we're now well and truly commenced on-site works in stage 3, which, as I mentioned, is 118 townhomes. We've signed a build contract with Creation Homes, who was also our build partner within stage 2. Pleasingly, we've had our first slabs go down within stage 3, and momentum's really picking up, and would expect those homes to be complete from June to December 2021. This image is a render of our Western Reserve, the 1 hectare parkland on the western boundary of our site. We've also recently priced and tendered that, and we'll be starting construction on that later this year. Now, onto the homes. I won't go through this in too much detail. Matt will talk to it in a little bit more detail than me, but we've designed, deco-designed, architecturally designed homes. Some really key features: 2.7 metre high ceilings, square set cornices. The base inclusions is really high. And so there's only 3 or 4 upgrades for you to choose from, because we've developed and designed a turnkey solution to make your buying journey easier. Okay, on to stage 4 and our 5-kilometre lockdown. We thought this was a really strong visual map just to demonstrate what is in our lockdown area. So at the moment, we've got some, well, not at the moment, it's an established area. Just around the corner, we've got Central West Shopping Centre, which is anchored by a full-line Coles supermarket, and Aldi and Braybrook Station, which they make great coffee. So make sure you get in there and have a coffee when we do open back up. Also, when we are open for face-to-face appointments, make sure you ask Matt for a voucher. I think we've still got some vouchers for Braybrook Station. We're really well connected to public transport. We've got Tottenham Station about 1.5 kilometres to the east. We've got Sunshine Station about 1.5 kilometres to the west. We're within a 5k radius to Victoria University, High Point Shopping Centre, and a range of primary and secondary schools. Now, I'm a big believer in the western suburbs of Melbourne, and these next few slides, whilst they aren't Orion specific, they are testament of the government's commitment and belief in the western suburbs of Melbourne as well. So this slide provides an overview of the Sunshine Station upgrade. Sunshine Station is going to be a key connector in the new airport link from the CBD out to the Melbourne airport. As part of that, an employment and innovation cluster will be developed around Sunshine Station. Why is that great? Well, it's going to create employment, jobs and development in Sunshine, which is a couple of kilometres away from our site, and it will continue to assist with the ongoing gentrification of the western suburbs of Melbourne and take them, to a more livable area than they already are. Next slide. Another key bit of government infrastructure that's in the planning stages as well is Footscray Hospital. So this will be the development of a $1.5 billion major public hospital within Footscray. So this is, I think, 3.5-4 kilometres from our site. It'll create jobs, it'll create employment, and will be a key driver for the continued improvement of the western suburbs. And on to the last slide that I have, which is an overview of the Westgate Tunnel project. So there's been a lot of Melbourne's population growth over the past 10, 15, 20 years has been in the western suburbs of Melbourne, both in infill areas and also outer metro areas, and that has placed pressure on the Westgate Freeway and the amount of traffic that it carries into the CBD. The Westgate Tunnel will go a long way towards unlocking some of that congestion and providing another valuable arterial through to the CBD and getting a lot of trucks off the residential streets in the western suburbs and releasing congestion. So after this slide, I'm going to pass over to Matt, and Matt is our sales professional at Orion. He will be your face-to-face contact and a key member of your sales journey, and Matt will provide you with some more key information on our current offers and stock on market. Over to you, Matty.
Thank you, Lachlan. Welcome everybody, and thank you for tuning in. My name's Matthew Petrie. I'm the sales professional at Orion Stockland. We're in a really interesting space at the moment with regards to the stages in the development. Streetscapes are coming along together quite well. Parks have been completed. It really gives our potential residents an accurate understanding of what we're achieving throughout the development, to be able to drive through and get a sense of that streetscape and the architecture throughout the development is an advantage, and certainly gives confidence with potentials purchasing our townhomes. Stage 1 completed, obviously, with residents moved in. Stage 2, we're weeks away from being completed, with the substations A and B being settled as we speak. Stage 3 is 85% of the way sold, with settlements expected approximate second half of 2021. And then stage 4, release time frame, stay tuned. I'll keep everybody up to date as we move through. Sort of go into the feedbacks from customers now with regards to purchasing. The feedback has been extremely positive. Customers have commented on the functionality of the homes. Recent feedback has been storage throughout the homes. Big talking point, very impressed with the amount of storage throughout. And obviously, along with the quality of the townhomes as well, the functionality has been a real high point in regards to discussions. Customers also love the low fuss approach. The standard inclusions list that we have is an extremely high level, leading for upgrades to select with our townhomes. You have timber flooring upgrade. You can upgrade to 900mm appliances. You can upgrade the air conditioning and heating units into the other bedrooms if necessary. And along with that, we have 2 colour schemes. We have options to suit with our diverse range of product. We have up to 18 different townhomes, not all on the go at one stage, but we have a mixture of Homes with backyards, balconies, double story, triple story, single car and double car garage. So we certainly will find something that may suit everybody's needs. We have 2-bedroom townhomes starting from $589,000, 3-bedroom from $659,000, and we have a 4-bedroom option between $739,000 and $839,000. The current stock I'm selling at the moment is in stage 3D, and we also have a rare option with completed stock peppered throughout stages 1 and 2. I have a small amount of those homes available as we speak. No body corporate fees. And a limited time, we have a $20,000 full deposit, which works and has been working really well, with no progress payments up until completion, which works quite well with everybody working through. So I think that's probably a bit of a snapshot from a sales perspective and where everything it is. And I think I'll hand over to Brendan.
Great, thank you, Matthew and Lachlan. Great summary of both Stockland Victoria, the Orion project, and more specifically, some of the great opportunity of product that we've got going. We'll head into some question and answers now, and we have some that have come through in advance, but please, if you've got more questions, you've got Matthew here from a product point of view, Lachlan from a development and also a Stockland Victoria point of view. We've also got with us someone we haven't introduced as yet. We've got an independent mortgage broker. We've got Mark with us from Mortgage Domain, so there may be some questions there. Matthew, let me throw the first question to you that has come through. Are there any body corporate fees at Stockland Orion?
No, no body corporate fees. Pretty straightforward. The council will take care of parks and open spaces, as Lockie mentioned before. So no body corporate fees.
Great, that's terrific. Thanks, Matthew. Another question that's come through, Mark, we might throw to you if you're comfortable and ready to go. Yep. Question 1, will Stockland 25K completed homes rebate be extended beyond August?
So are we talking about the new home builder scheme? Sorry?
Actually, Mark, this is probably more of a Lachlan or a Matt question, apologies. It's in relation to the Stockland $25,000 completed homes rebate. Matt, would you like to answer that?
My understanding at the moment, Brendan, is the rebate may look at being extended. I think we're still looking through that. I think it's expected to finish end of August. And Lachlan can sort of step in because he'll let us know when if it's going to be extended or not. So I'll handball over there to Lachlan.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks, Brendan. So just to give people some context on what the Stockland rebate is, it's a $25,000 rebate that we now have for a limited time on completed homes only. And so that was in reply to the home builder grant, which was a 25 grand stimulus on homes where a build contract had to be signed initially by December with construction to start 3 months thereafter. Given we've got some unsold completed homes, we thought it'd be a great idea to extend that grant, Stockland funded completed homes, to let, I guess, our buyers know that those who are in the market for a completed home aren't going to be missed, and we will look after you. So in terms of whether it'll be extended past August, we will assess that as we get more advice on how the lockdown measures go. I think it's only fair that we will extend it to after stage 4 lockdown ends, so that our buyers can come out to site, inspect the homes, look at the displays and look at the completed product before we take that away. So look, it's probably fair to say that we would extend it potentially another 4 weeks to the end of September.
Wow, that's terrific news. Thank you, Lachlan. Mark, I will refer this one to you. Another question. Is the first home buyer grant a Stockland or a government grant?
So the first homeowner grant is a state-based grant, so it's $10,000 for new home buyers if you're buying off the plan or building new. So it's $10,000 in metropolitan Melbourne at the moment.
Great, thank you, Mark, much appreciated. If anybody would like more information on the first home buyers grant or the home builder scheme 25,000 grant, where should they head?
So there's quite a lot of information available on the State Revenue Office's website. So in order to be eligible for the first homeowners grant, which is currently $10,000, You need to be a permanent resident, and the maximum building or contract price is $750,000. As a new home buyer as well, or as a first home buyer, you're also eligible for stamp duty exemptions up to the dutiable value of $600,000. So my understanding is if you're buying off the plan, the dutiable value was based on the value at the time of purchase, which means provided that construction work completed to date doesn't exceed $600,000, you'll avoid all stamp duty. So it's always better to buy off the plan. The new home builders scheme for contracts signed up until the 31st of December, contract values of $750,000 or below, you're also eligible for another $25,000 from the government.
Wow, that's great, Mark. Thanks. What a terrific summary. Some great options, whether you qualify for home builder or if you don't, or if it's a completed product, you've got the $25,000 completed home rebate from Stockland as well. So that's terrific. Lachlan, I might pose the next question to you, if I may. How have we been going with valuations at Orion at settlement time, and what's the response been in relation to valuations?
Yeah, thanks, Brendan, and good question. Look, pleasingly, as per my slides, we've settled close to 150 homes since January this year. We're in the height of a global pandemic. The valuers who come out to site can see the merit and the quality of the product that we have delivered. We really believe in the value proposition and the price points, and that's reflected in the high volume of settlements. So we've had very few valuations come under the mark. Where we have had those, customers have gone and sought a second opinion, and we haven't had any contracts fall over due to a valuation issue. So pleasingly, vals haven't been an issue at all.
Great, thank you, Lachlan. That's terrific and wonderful to hear. Looks like the last question we've got here is maybe one that I'll take care of. Firstly, to the customer who posed this question and said thank you, we appreciate that. In relation to your question, re-signage for Altona North, yes, we will be commencing there in early spring. Stay tuned for more details. It's an exciting project. We won't steal Orion's thunder because it is about them tonight, and we can talk to that in due course. But it will be another quality Stockland project, as you would expect. From everybody, it looks like we're nearing on 6:30 now, and we have been blessed to be welcomed into your homes through these strange and interesting times of the global pandemic. As Lachlan said, it's you know, for those of us that are at home each day, homeschooling, living life inside the four walls, and trying to make sure that we get outside each day and enjoy some creature comforts. It certainly changed the thinking for many of us in relation to a potential new purchase, a new product, upgrading, downsizing, you know, and certainly for me, getting something with a green corridor is inspiring whilst we're stuck inside. So, you know, as hard as a pandemic is on many of us, it does also help us with updated thinking and help us position ourselves for the next years to come. So we certainly appreciate you welcoming us into your home. Please go be with your families. Thanks for joining us. Beyond this webinar, Matthew is available from the Orion website. It's orion@stockland.com.au. Matthew's details are on there. Would be more than happy and would enjoy working with you to help get your Dream Town Home project alive. So thank you for your time, and we wish you all well.